trying to predict the future is a discouraging and hazardous occupation. If by some miracle a prophet could describe the future exactly as it was going to take place, his predictions would sound so absurd that everybody would laugh him to scorn. The only thing we can be sure of about the future is that it will be absolutely fantastic. So, if what I say now seems to you to be very reasonable, then I'll have failed completely. Only if what I tell you appears absolutely unbelievable have we any chance of visualizing the future as it really will happen.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah!
Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The Lucy Show. Starring Lucille Ball. Co-starring Hale Gordon.
And there's some orange trees, and that's the swimming pool. And that must be the baseball field.
Jerry, please, it's not polite to point. People are staring at you.
Where?
Right over there.
I sure hope they accept me here.
Well, honey, don't worry about it, but it is important that we create a good impression in our interview with Major Grayson. He's the admittance officer. Take a look at you now. Let me see your nails. Oh, Jerry, how do you get your nails so dirty?
I don't know.
Well, put them in your pocket.
I think that's why they get so dirty.
Come in.
Major Grayson?
Yes, Corporal?
Mrs. Carmichael to see you, sir.
Oh, send them right in.
Major Grayson?
Yes, Mrs. Carmichael, come right in, won't you?
How do you do?
How do you do?
This is my son, Jerry.
Hi there, Scout. Oh, excuse me. Well, won't you sit down?
Thank you. You sit over there, dear.
I have your letter right here.
Oh, good. Bless you. I would have typed the whole letter, but the ribbon broke. I wanted to finish it in ink, but Jerry borrowed my pen for school.
All right.
Anyway, I think better in crayon.
There's no need to apologize, Mrs. Carmichael. After all, Abraham Lincoln wrote his greatest speech on the back of a paper bag.
Yeah, but it wasn't as tough to get a kid in school in those days.
Well, we always find room for a boy who's qualified.
Oh, good, good.
Mrs. Carmichael, I see here that your home is back east.
Oh, not anymore. You see, I moved to California to be closer to my daughter. She's attending college out here.
Well, you're rather young looking to have a daughter in college.
Oh, Thank you, General.
Major.
Major.
Now, Mrs. Carmichael, may I ask, what prompted your decision to enroll your son in a private school?
Well, sir, you see, I live on a very modest income from a small trust fund left by my husband. And now, with the expense of having my daughter in college, I figured if I boarded Jerry in a nice school during the week, I'd be free to go out and find myself a job.
I see. What kind of work do you do?
Well, before I was married, I went to New York and I worked as a secretary, a cashier, a telephone operator, a sales lady, a waitress, and a librarian.
Sounds like quite a career. How long were you in New York?
2 weeks.
And that many jobs?
It was a matter of adjustment. New York just doesn't seem to adjust to some people.
I see. Yes, well, I'll just get your application.
Thank you.
All right. Here we are. Now then, tell me, young man, how did you come to select our school?
Well, I wrote to a lot of schools, and the letter I got back from you said you had baseball, football, horseback riding, and a swimming pool.
Conducted your own survey, huh?
He's very smart for his age.
Well, we also have mathematics, history, English, geography, and Latin.
You didn't say that in your letter.
Well, you're smart for our age. But it isn't all work. We do have a very fine recreation program here, and we're quite proud of our baseball team.
Yeah, I saw the baseball field.
Yes, Jerry's very fond of baseball. Back home in the Little League, he played second base and batted .298.
Is that so?
Yes, and he would have batted well over 300 if it hadn't been for some very bad umpiring.
Mom, you're not supposed to say that.
Why not?
It's just not big league.
Well, Mrs. Carmichael, your application seems to be in order. I'll register Jerry now, and he can be admitted on Monday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now, what I'll need is his transfer slip from his former school.
Oh, yes, the transfer slip. I have it right here, sir.
Thank you. What?
It's only bubble gum.
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're experts at removing gum and scraping peanut butter off homework papers.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Yes, Corporal?
The bus is waiting.
Be right there. Well, Mrs. Carmichael, I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. Right now, I have a bus waiting to take our baseball team on an outing.
Baseball team?
Yes, and we're going to Marineland. It's Jimmy Pearsall Day. He's going to be down there signing autographs.
Gee, Jimmy Pearsall, he's my favorite player.
Oh, well, I'd like to take you along, Jerry, but regulations won't allow me to accept responsibility for someone who hasn't been admitted officially. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Fine. But as long as you're here, why don't you have your mother take you over to our stables and see our horses, maybe visit our gymnasium and swimming pool?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good boy. Well, I'll see you on Monday then, Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You've been most kind.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, Major Grayson.
Come on, Mom. We might as well go look at the horses.
We won't have time for that, Jerry. I've got to go home, change my clothes, go to the bank, and get some money.
Why do you have to do all that now?
Because you are not going to be the only kid on that baseball team that didn't meet Jimmy Pearsall.
Oh, boy!
Come on.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, sure. You're absolutely right.
Thank you, dear.
I'll take care of it.
in the mail in the morning. Thank you very much.
Mr. Potter?
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Carmichael. I talked to you earlier on the phone.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Carmichael? Sit down, please.
Thank you.
You're the lady whose trust fund has been placed in our care.
Yes, sir, and I would like to draw some money in advance on next month's allowance.
No problem.
It isn't.
Well, after all, it's your money.
Well, my goodness. You know, whenever I tried to get an advance from the man in charge of my account back home, it was like pulling teeth.
Well, Mrs. Carmichael, I think you'll find banking in California is much more casual.
Is that so?
Oh, certainly. We try to be understanding. After all, there are many people in the low-income bracket who come to us for help in certain emergencies, like a new filter for the swimming pool or an additional stereo speaker on the patio, a facelift, a nose job, or a trip to Las Vegas.
Mr. Potter, I am certainly lucky to have a man like you in charge of my account.
Thank you, Mrs. Carmichael, but I'm not in charge of your account.
Oh?
This is being turned over to one of our trust officers. The gentleman in the office over there will help you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You've been most kind.
Anytime, Mrs. Carmichael.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good day. You wait right here now, darling. I'll only be a minute, okay? Mr. Mooney! You mean you're handling my account again?
I am?
Well, Mr. Potter... Oh, boy. Sure is a small world.
It sure is. And if I could find a launching pad, I'd leave it.
What are you doing out here in California anyway?
Well, last week the bankers down in Danfield were shifting various executives around, and, well, I was given two choices. And I chose the state of California.
What was the other choice?
The state of unemployment. But, Mrs. Carmichael...
What?
Did you know that out here in California, some banks give you gifts when you open a new account?
They do?
Yes, and I'll see to it that you get a lovely gift if you'll open your account at another bank.
Oh, now don't be like that, Mr. Mooney. Things are going to be different now that I'm out here in California. I'm going to start off with a clean slate.
Good. Well, I hope that means that in the future you will limit your spending to the bare necessities of life.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I have just come face to face with a $20 necessity.
For what?
I want to go to Marineland.
Marineland?
Yes.
How can you call that a necessity?
Because I don't want my son to be the only boy in school who doesn't have Jimmy Pearsall's autograph.
What?
It's Jimmy Pearsall Day at Marineland.
I don't care what day it is. And it's still a great extravagance.
Well, the bus fare alone is over $5.
Well, don't go by bus. No. Find yourself a friend who has a car and have him drive you there.
Oh, what an idea. You're wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
How soon can we leave?